everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Jennifer, and today we're trying out a bunch of products that I had no intention of picking up. That's really the best way to describe it. I don't know what I'll end up calling it, but there's a bunch of things in front of me that I had no intention of buying and ended up buying for various reasons, which we'll get into. And we'll see how they work because I'm really not sure. Valentino, Gucci, Dior, Gerard Cosmetics, something from Mer. I think that's it. All right, first to get started, I have nothing on my face except my brows are done and I have my Emile Cordon on my lips, lip balm, of course. I'm trying out the Molecule 01. This is a perfume that tons of people have talked about for like years. And it's one of those like Emperor has no clothes thing, or what was the dress that was either white or blue or something a couple years ago? It's like that. Like some people love this perfume and say like it's the best thing ever and they mix it with other things, and other people say they smell nothing. I don't smell nothing, but I smell practically nothing. So I'm gonna try layering it with some other things and see, but I've just heard so much about it that I finally was like, okay, I gotta try a sample of this. So the first thing we're gonna do when it comes to my face, I'm gonna try, and I'm so sorry I forgot who suggested this. I have my brain. But I'm gonna try mixing the Chantecaille Anti-Aging Face Tint with the Chantecaille Sheer Glow Rose Face Tint. If you watched my channel before, you'll know that the Anti-Aging Face Tint I really like. It's beautiful, and I use it as kind of like a bronzer kind of contour thing, but it's too deep for me to put all over my skin. But somebody suggested, they were like, well, why don't you mix it with the rose tint and see what happens? And I was like, that's a brilliant idea. So we're gonna do that. I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand, kind of mix it, and then do it. The rose tint, I had some questions, like people who have rosacea. I have rosacea. It does not impart a pink, it doesn't make your skin look more pink, but it does give a luminous glow that is cool leaning. So it's definitely gonna have like a pinkish cast on it, I would assume, if you have a deeper skin tone. My skin tone is so pale that no, but I'm gonna guess if you have a deeper skin tone, you're gonna see the coolness of the shade. On me, it just looks sheer and it looks opalescent, if you get my meaning. All right, so we're gonna take like the only thing I don't like about this is that you have to kind of use your fingers, which I don't mind using my fingers. I just don't like putting my fingers in it because my nails they're not long, but they're not short. And so it gets under your nail. So I really should use a spatula for this, but I don't have a spatula in front of me. So anyway, okay. And I'm gonna take the rose and let's mix it. See what happens. I do have my brows done, so I'm kind of sticking away from that area. Okay, it's still too bronzy because my skin is so pale, but it just imparts a nice glow when I mix it with the rose. Wow, that actually looks really nice. Whoever suggested this, I'm so sorry, I forgot who it was. Yeah, that looks nice. It just looks like I got a little bit of a tan, but not like a real, I can't really tan. I mean, I have actually, when I was younger, I did take, like, there was like one summer I really made an effort to tan. I mean, I did tan, but it was pretty pathetic compared with like what people look like when they're tan. But that actually looks nice. What do you guys think? I think it actually looks nice. To be honest, I could get away because a lot of days I don't wear makeup. I know it's funny because I have a makeup channel. I get it. Beauty channel. I do fashion too. But I would just put this on and run out the door because it evens out my skin tone, because you don't see the redness and you don't see the rosacea as much when I do this. Like a little bit of a fake tanner. So what I would do next time is I would just mix more rose glow with it. So I would do like 2 parts rose glow to half a part tan. But that actually looks nice. Sorry, I'm just kind of shocked. So to whoever asked about it, yes, you can mix the two and they do look nice together. And if you're pale, that is a way to use it as a tanner, like a little bit of a warming look for your face, because by itself it's too deep for me. I mean, it's a good, I wish they would come out with the product actually in different skin tones. I don't know if they can't do that or they wanted something that would work for most, you know what I mean? Like a universal product, which, as you all know, if you've listened to my channel, I don't like that because I don't think it works. I don't think universal ever works. But anyway, yeah, you can mix it with the rose. Now, I've been using the rose face tint a lot. It really works very well for me, like very well. I really, really like that. It gives me a nice glow. You can see I have a nice glow to my skin and it evened everything out. And talking about evening everything out. Okay, I picked up this La Mer product and I did not think I was going to. And the reason I didn't think I was going to is it's called the Micro Peel. And anyone with rosacea or sensitive skin knows that when you see something that says peel, you stay away from that because your skin is sensitive and goes red and you're like, oh no, that seems like a bad idea. But everyone I talked to about this, all the La Mer, I have like 3 different La Mer essays that I've talked to, said, try it. And if it upsets your skin, if you really, just bring it back. I got it from Nordstrom. So Nordstrom, you know, Nordstrom's great. They'll always take anything back. I don't really return things, but they are far and above customer service wise, practically anyone. But anyway, they're like, no, it won't irritate your skin. And I have to say, it hasn't irritated my skin, which is really weird. It's not what you think it is, or it's not what I thought it was. So basically what you do at night, you cleanse your skin, you tone your skin, or I tone my skin. Then you have to mix it gently, they say. I don't know why it has to be gently, but they say gently. So that it mixes, and you can see it. Like there's like, it's like that, I don't know what the stuff's called, the miracle broth or whatever that's in here, and it's got little bubbles. Anyway, you mix it, and then you take a thin layer, put it on your face, avoiding your eye area, and then you put your serum and your moisturizer over that. And I've been doing it at night. I gotta say, it really does seem to work. It does seem to work. My skin actually does look better. I mean, it looks better now that I have the Chantecaille on, but it actually does seem to be looking healthier and better and less red. So, and it hasn't irritated my skin at all. Again, I'm surprised, and I'm not telling anyone to go out and get it just yet because I've just started using it. So I'll give you details in like a couple months because it always takes a little while for me to finally say, well, whether I love something and I've incorporated it into my skincare routine or not. And in that vein of talking about skincare, I am going to have a bunch of pre-recorded videos, this being one of them, because the weekend of the 26th, 27th, I don't even know, I am having my face lasered off. So, not really, but I've been talking about for a while on this channel about how I used to get lasers all the time, and when you get lasers to your face, they numb up your face, obviously, but it is painful. It's not like, you'll survive. It's not that bad, but it is painful for at least a day. For me anyway, your face hurts and it feels like a really bad sunburn. And for like a week afterwards, your skin looks weird, or at least again, mine does. It definitely looks bad for 2 days. Like I look purpley red and swollen. And then you kind of look like a Triscuit for like 5 days. I don't know if this, you know, I'm going to try to record as much as I can ahead of time over the weekends, but I don't know if I'll get it all. Who knows? So if I miss a couple videos, miss a couple videos, or maybe I'll try to, you know, come on and you guys can see what I look like if you'd be interested in that. Or if you're interested in me documenting the process, like what it looks like to go get it done and what I look like right after, I'll do that for you guys if you're interested, but I don't know if you guys are. So anyway, a lot of pre-recorded stuff. So if things are coming out, the week before, like probably like the 22nd through the 30th, if it's new, I might not be showing it because it's possible that I will, you know, look like a Triscuit. All right, so moving on. Gerard Cosmetics. This is their eye base, and it's in Fair. And you guys know I don't wear eye primer generally. It's not something I do. I just feel like, where's my brush? I just feel like my eyelids are very dry. It's just not something I generally do. However, I have heard really good things about this eye primer. So we're gonna try it. I'm gonna use the tiniest bit, like tiny. Little goes a very long way. And don't worry about like, it's, you know, out here on my skin or whatever, because it won't matter because I'll be putting foundation over that. So, you know, you don't care. The reason I have the Tom Ford eye primer, and I do like that one. That one creates a nice, like, smooth canvas for my eye, for my eye looks, eyeshadows. But the reason I don't generally use an eye primer is my eyes are very dry. My eyelids are very dry. And not only are they very dry, they're very sensitive. So a lot of times I come on and I'm like, you know, my eyelids are weird and they get very red and very swollen. And it's usually because I've been taking on and off makeup. And so I don't like to put a primer on because primers in general kind of dry out my eyelids and they make them more irritated. So we're gonna try this one and see how it works. It's a very small, little, but you don't need a lot, as you just saw. I mean, that went on very easily. You don't need a lot of it, so this is probably more than enough. And I'll keep updating you on how it works, but I have to say, I've used it a couple of times, and it does create a lovely base. It makes colors look more true to their color, and I haven't had a problem with it so far. Okay, so next we're gonna try, and I'm gonna put it on the eyes. This is the Dior. I did a video with the Dior, I think it was Silk Earth, and the Coral single shade. This is Violet Bloom, which is the other single shade that came out. And I had no intention of picking this up because I was like, I have so much Dior. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do with this? But every time I went to go like order something else, I saw this shade and I was like, oh, but it's pretty. Yeah, I know it's not, it makes no sense. Like, I don't need it, but I did decide to pick it up because I was picking up something else and I really don't remember at this point what it was, but that's the shade. It's a really pretty violet and it has a little bit of a shift to it. It's a satin. And I don't know, I just decided let's try it. As you know, pinks, or if you've watched me, you know pinks and purples are not my thing. But somehow, again, this whole video is things that I really was like, I don't use that, but I'm gonna try it anyway. The peel, the eye primer, now we're gonna do this. A lot of you asked me about this brush that I'm using. I used it with the Chanel tweeds, and I've used it with the Dior's. This is a Hakuhodo brush. Hakuhodo is a brand. And this particular brush is a Kolinsky brush. They are difficult to find. If you really are interested, I will tell you where you can get them. But they're not like just simple to get. So you really have to, you know, really want them, and I will give you the details. The prices are not inexpensive, and like I said, you generally have to order, or I've had to order outside the US to get these. But the payoff on these, I will say, is very impressive. So if you have shadows that you feel like are not performing as well as you'd like, or they're not really like showing up when you use them, this brush may be the answer to that. I have not, every single shadow that I've used with it, and I've gone back and like tried other older shades that like didn't perform particularly well on me. After using this, I was like, oh, okay, it was the brush. Now, I mean, you know, you shouldn't have to buy a very expensive, unique brush to have the shadow work. I'm just telling you, it works better. So that's the shade. I really like it. I think it's very pretty. It's definitely a pinky violet, so if you don't like that kind of shade, then this won't be for you. But I really think it's a very beautiful one and done shade, and I'm glad I picked it up. But like I said, I was like, why do I have that? Why do I have this? But I'm glad I got it. Okay, so we're gonna do the eyes before doing the face. By the way, you probably figured that out. But you know, I think the Chantecaille Too Faced tints actually, I don't know, give me a little bit more confidence to just do this video without a ton of stuff on my face, because I think it actually smoothed everything out. So Valentino, I picked up mascara, liner, and blush. So let's start with the liners. So these are the dual-ended liners. On one side is a liquid black liner, and then on the other side is pencil. And so the black liner is the same on each one. So I'll just show you a line. Yeah, I've heard, like I said, these are really excellent liners, liquid liners. I tend not to use too many liquid liners, not because I don't like them, but because my eyes are older and I feel a lot of times liquid liners aren't as forgiving. They don't look as good. They can, just, you know, in my opinion, I don't like them as much on me. So they didn't have any of the black and black left. They are sold out of like all of these everywhere. So, which is really interesting. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm gonna guess. Some people said how wonderful they were and everyone went out and bought them. So the shades I was able to get, we've got, now which one is this one? This is the Purple Prune, something like that. And then this one is Marine. So like I said, I don't have black and black, but I have a purple and marine. I don't know what they'll, yeah, okay. So it's actually brown. Okay, so we've got a brown, and then I think this is purple. Yep. So I'll use the purple today to go with the eye look. Now I'm going to use the purple on the lower lash line. I'm going to use the black eyeliner on the top. So we'll see how well that goes. Well, the pencil part goes on well. I mean, it's a good shade for this shadow. It's not a shade I would wear very often because it's got a reddish tone to it. So I feel like you could make your eyes look ill, make you look like you might be slightly ill. But again, that's really a preference thing. That's not really a, you know, that's what you like on your eyes. But I do think it's a good mix for this. It actually looks quite nice. All right, liner. Now, if I was gonna do a really long wing, I'd wanna put my foundation on because it might run into my foundation. I don't wanna take it off, but I don't intend to do that. So should be fine, we'll see. Let me make sure I have, yeah, I've got enough on the inside. Okay, so I'm gonna draw a line a little bit on the inner corner. Well, that does work really well, I will say. It's very easy to use. One of the problems I have with liquid liner, which no one is gonna feel bad about, is that my lashes are very long. And I have to, when I do a liquid liner, I have to go like this. I can't just go over my lash line like a lot of people can do because my lashes are too long and they get in the way. Again, I recognize that no one is gonna feel sorry for me here, but it is an actual issue because when you try to draw a line, I hit my lashes every time. So I have to kind of go at an angle, which makes it harder, frankly, to do this well. But I will say that this is working. It's a nice pencil. I will say it was relatively easy to do. I mean, I always have to go over my lashes, like I said, but it worked I didn't have a lot of problems with the lash line. Okay. Yeah, it actually, the reason I like this is because it has so much pigment that you can go slowly and go back and forth. You don't have to sweep it all in one. It's hard for me to sweep it all in one because, again, my lashes are in the way and lines on the outside of my eyes. So I actually do like this. All right, mascara. So this is the Valentino mascara. That's a pretty thick brush. Okay, so this is going to be very different than the Chanel one that I've tried recently. The Chanel mascara, and when this goes up, it should be still part of the giveaway. Chanel mascara is a very, very thin mascara, like a very narrow one. And I think it's great for people who have like short lashes, small lashes. But if you're looking for a volumizing, it's not going to be for you. Okay, so let me curl my lashes really quick. Then I'll do the mascara. All right. Let's see what it does. Well, this is definitely a drastic difference from the Chanel. It's not like if you have short lashes, you're gonna have a problem with this brush because it is a very chunky brush. I like it because it's going to give you volume, and I have, like I said, I have longer lashes, so you know it's not going to be a problem. But if you have short lashes, it won't. You know, it's gonna have a difficult time getting them. And this is not getting all my lashes. It doesn't separate and elongate. Instead, it gives more volume, which again, I like. So I already can tell you, I think this is a good mascara. Calorie is still my hands down favorite of all the ones I've tried this year, but this is good. It's definitely easy to use. I didn't have to mess with it. I think it's going to be challenging on my lower lashes. Let's see. Yeah, I gotta be more careful. Kind of put it on its side. Yeah, you can definitely use it. It's just, you gotta be a little bit more careful with your bottom lashes, or at least I do. I'm just seeing if you can add like a coat to it. Yeah, you can. Yeah, this is gonna give you a lot of volume. If you're somebody who likes your lashes very separated and you don't like clumping, if you will, you're not gonna like this, because what this does is it kind of pulls your lashes together a little bit to create that volume. So it looks thicker. You might want to use like a mascara comb with this one, or you might just like this look. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Yeah, it's definitely like a volumized. It reminds me of a mascara look that you would have done in like the 60s. It's thick. It does, you know, have the lashes kind of come together, and it gives you a volumized look, but it does not separate the lashes. So if you're somebody who likes each lash separated, you won't like this one. All right, let me do the other eye. Yeah, I definitely have like a mod feeling, like 1960s Sophia Loren kind of look. I think that's partially because of the liquid liner, but it's also the mascara. It's also a heavy mascara, so I think if you have light lashes or, you know, thin lashes, this is gonna probably weigh them down. We'll see how well the curl stays. Right now it's actually pretty good, but I can feel it on my lashes. So, I mean, because you can see it's like, look at that. I mean, there's a lot of mascara there. Now, it looks amazing. I'm not saying it doesn't. But if you're somebody who doesn't like, you know, a heavier feel to your lashes, it's going to feel weird. And if your lashes are light or don't hold a curl, I think the heaviness of this would pull them down. We'll find out. All right, so let me put on a little bit of foundation. And I don't have any foundation today. And then we'll do the Valentino blush, and then we'll talk about the lip product. Okay, so foundation is on. It's so interesting. I don't usually do my makeup this way. I usually do my foundation first, and then, you know, face products first, and then eyes. This is not a bad way to do it, I gotta say, because it just cleans up the eye area for you. But anyway, the liner and mascara are really good. Very dramatic, but that makes sense when you were talking about Valentino. If you're not familiar with Valentino and his designs, Valentino's not exactly subdued. I mean, I like Valentino. I'm just saying. All right. So let's put the blush on. The shade, what is the shade? Shade 9. If I have a name for you, I will, that's the shade. And I really don't want to like these products, I'll be honest, because I have so much makeup. And actually have been considering doing a low buy coming up. We'll talk about that later. But anyway, let's try it. Let's try the blush. It has a scent, but it's slight, and it's actually very nice. Yeah, that looks really good. Yeah, it's a really pretty blush. I'm going in lightly at first with a softer brush because I just want to see. But yeah, that actually gives a really nice sheen. That's a really nice blush. That's very pretty. Okay. Yeah. This shade, shade 9, whatever that is, really nice. Beautiful, actually. Yeah. Okay. If you haven't seen Valentino's packaging, this is kind of what put me off about it. It's very plasticky. And so it seems to me kind of chintzy in the way that it looks. It has a mirror, and it's got a little brush that actually goes in the, I forgot what that's called now because my brain is gone. This part of it is the little brush, which is unique. I kind of like that design. It's 0.12 ounces, 2-year shelf life. Is that right? Yeah, 2-year shelf life. That's nice. Made in France. See, this is why I didn't want to pick these things up in the first place. Well, part of it I didn't want to pick it up because I didn't really think it looked that good. But I gotta say, that looks phenomenally good. And the foundation that I used was the Lancome foundation because I thought, let's go along with the things I wasn't going to pick up because I wasn't going to pick that up either. And I find lately that the things that I wasn't necessarily going to buy are the things that end up being favorites, which is just weird. Okay, this is the Gucci. They met in Argentina. I think it's called the Flora lipstick, and this is the one that came with the new eyeshadow palette. Now, I did not pick up the eyeshadow palette, and the reason I did not pick up the eyeshadow palette is I have last year's eyeshadow palette, and although the packaging is stunningly beautiful, I have not reached for that palette since I showed it to all of you. So I feel like I will probably buy it because I just really like the packaging and I think it's beautiful, but I'll wait for it to go on sale because I heard the formula is better, but you know, I have to limit somewhere here. So again, they met in Argentina, which is not a new shade, but it is, I've got the packaging here, limited edition glow and care lip color. So it's in this, you know, type of packaging and this type of formula. And you've got the limited edition. It is beautiful, the cap, which is the beautiful Flora packaging. There's a perfume that goes with it, and of course, the palette. I do love this formula from Gucci. There's some things from Gucci I absolutely adore. The Glow and Care lip sticks I do love. The bronzer, one of my favorites of all time. Everything else, to me, is a little bit hit or miss. So again, I wasn't gonna pick this up, but I do like the color and I do like the formula, and the packaging was beautiful. And I said to myself that one day I'll probably get the palette, so why not? And I have to say, the overall look actually looks really nice, which is really funny. Because, you know, like I said, these are all things that I was just like, I don't need them. Overall, so the Lancome foundation I've talked about for a while. I really, really like it. I think it's extremely good. I'm 110C in that foundation. Wasn't going to pick it up. It's great for more mature, dry skin. Beautiful finish. The Dior eyeshadow. I love the Dior formula. It was just that this, you know, is a single shade, and I was like, I don't need it. But it actually really is beautiful. It's a beautiful lavender shade that you can, again, it's a one and done shade that I think I would use a lot. I really, really like it. And I'm glad I bought it. I actually like it more than the coral one, which is not usually how I fall on these things. The Valentino products, they're really good, which, you know, does not make me happy. No, I mean, I'm glad that I didn't waste money, but I was kind of hoping they wouldn't be good. So I have enough brands, frankly. The liquid liners are excellent. The liner, the pencil liner that goes with them is excellent. The reason I like the liquid liner, and I didn't really explain it very well, when you have a liquid liner and you're trying to draw a line, if you have a liner that's dry-ish, and you have to pull the whole line for it to work, that is much more difficult to do on a mature eye. It's much easier to do on somebody who's 20. It just is, because the skin is more taut. A liquid liner, it's going to skip because you have, you know, you have lines and you have bumps, and you have just, the skin is looser. So what it's easier to do on a more mature eye, and somebody who has longer eyelashes like mine, is to go in increments. Like you just do a little bit, 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 a little bit. And you continue it. That's what I do for my eyes now. I didn't have to do it as much when I was younger. And because my lashes has always been a problem. And this worked really well. Like, the line is a really good line. It worked, it looks nice, and I didn't look like I skipped. It looks like a line, which is exactly what you want. You don't want it to look like you lift it up, put it back down, lift it up, put it back down. And a lot of liquid liners, they do. And so that's why I don't like them. This actually worked extremely well. And like I said, I have the brown and I have the, I think it's called prune. I'll make sure the right names are in the description box. But although when I first put the prune liner on, I was kind of like, actually looks really good with the shadow, like phenomenally good with the shadow, which was a happy accident. But I would get more of these shades. In fact, I would buy all of these if they're ever in stock somewhere. They come back in stock. So I got to stalk a website to see about that. But these are really good. And I actually see why people say these are worth it. The blush is beautiful, actually. It has a gorgeous sheen to it. And I thought looking at it that it was going to be like way too pigmented. And I don't like a super pigmented blush, but it's not. It's really beautiful and glowy and nice and smoothing and stunning. Yeah, it looks good, guys. I would get more of that. Great. Yeah, mascara. The mascara is dramatic and it gives you that like 60s, you know, full mascara look. But it is heavy. It does clump, if you will. Like, it doesn't look clumpy, but it clumps lashes together. It's not something that takes out each lash. It's not that kind of mascara. So it just that's a preference thing. For me, I actually really like it, and I think it looks really good on my lashes. But I have thick, longer lashes, so for me, it works really well. The Gucci lip, I really like it. I really like it. Yeah, it's a nice glossy lip. It's very expensive for what it is, no doubt. So, you know, I'm not saying go run out and buy it, but it's actually good. Mixing the Chantecaille Rose Face and the tinted moisturizer, I think looks phenomenally good. And when I put the foundation over it, it doesn't look too tan. It actually looks great. So, and that was a one-on-one mix of the two. I think it looks phenomenal. And this Gerard Cosmetics eye primer so far is really good. And honestly, the only one that I've tried, again, so far that hasn't dried out my eyelids and gives really true color to the shadows. So impressed by that. The La Mer, you know, more to come, but so far working really well. And, you know, it's always amazing to me when I pick up things that I really had concerns about and they all go this well. I'm just very happy. So anyway, yeah, nothing bad to report today. Sorry. All right, I think that's it for today, guys. I look forward to seeing you in another video really soon.